I know what you're doing.
You simply will not be the same person 2 months from now. After consciously giving thanks each day for the abundance that exists in your life, and you will have set in motion an ancient spiritual law, the more you have and are grateful for, the more will be given you. Hi everyone, and thank you for joining me today. I'm gonna talk about spirituality because it's important to me and it just felt right to do, so yeah. And if I'm gonna look on my phone, that's because I have made some notes on here on what I want to discuss. Like you've seen from the title, these are just things that I wish that I've known before, like getting more into spirituality, because I've put so much pressure on myself because like I realized it but also not at the same time, so yeah, that's what I'm gonna discuss today. And to start off with, spirituality is all internal. It's not external at all. You don't have to wear these yoga pants or like these flowy fabrics or anything like that, because when I started, like the big influences that we see on spirituality do wear these kind of things. Like you kind of have the feeling like, oh, do I have to wear this kind of clothes? Like some people have, But spirituality is just all like internal, to feel one with your higher self and to have consciousness about as much as possible, to feel connected with your guardian angels, and stuff like that. So, the external for me, like I like to see my body and the way that I dress and stuff like that just as a safe space for my soul, because you should feel good in yourself, like you should feel confident, but the way you dress or the way you look doesn't define you. It doesn't define you. Like it's all about the internal, your soul, how you treat people. And that's something I just want you to know, that treat yourself just as a safe space for your soul, because I don't know, it helped me so much even with insecurities. That reminder of, okay, I just have to do what's good for me. Do I want to do this to impress someone or do I do this for myself? And if you keep that in mind, just a lot of things will change. Like it did to me, like at least. So I wanted to say that. And then also like take your time. Everyone's spiritual journey is different. Everyone takes another time path, like they experience other things than you do. Maybe they even experience the same things, but they react different on it, and that's okay. Take your time to embody and to just soak it all up and get into it, because it's all about giving it time and seeing how you feel about specific things in your own time. Because spirituality isn't something you should rush, because you keep learning every day, you keep changing every day. Like you're not the same person you were yesterday. Yeah, just give it time. I know it could be like overwhelming to start because you see all these people with knowledge, but they all started from zero, like they all have been there, they all have learned on their own way, on their own time. So just keep that in mind. And also going paired with that, try to do different spiritual practices. Try yoga, meditation, maybe tarot cards, crystals, some yogi training, do mantras, do manifestation, do journaling. Try it all to see what fits with you and what doesn't fit with you, because you just, how do I say this? You just feel more drawn to specific spiritual practices than other ones, for example. Like I really love breathwork and meditation, but I mean the meditation that I do is kind of just, it's not like your typical meditation. I don't do that a lot, because for me meditation, like that state that you are in, I get that from when I listen to music and just shake it all, just dance, I don't know, randomly alone. I love to do that. It makes me feel so good, so released from all stress. And that's my kind of meditation. Like there's no specific way to like do it if you feel like this is your way to do it, you know. So try different practices, because also plant medicine, I've tried a few. I'm still not that into it. I don't feel like I need to, but I just want to try to get the experience, you know. But I do know some people that if they have used plant medicine, their spiritual awakening started, or like they started to see it more in a different light. And that's good. That's because they tried it, they tried different things. And yeah, I also like my best friend, she's more into tarot cards and tarot readings, because it's just kind of like a guideline to bring you on the right path, you know. Like you shouldn't take it that literal, but it's just a guideline to follow. And starting to see the signs, the angel numbers appear, like just all kinds of different signs that like your guardian angels and like the spirits above us send you. Yeah, it's eye-opening, and you get that, like you see those things more when you try different things, you know. Yeah, so further on is try to be as present as possible. And what I mean by that is you might have some trauma, or like you overthink a lot. Being present kind of makes you be in control of that moment, because if you start to overthink again, or starting to think back on those traumas, like if you get back to the present moment, like now I feel good, like now everything is fine, everything is going well, it makes you like stabilize that stress, you know. It makes you feel more in control, because you realize that you're in this present moment, and you shouldn't live further in the past, or you shouldn't live in the future if it didn't happen yet, you know. So keeping that in mind, you also don't have to feel always happy, you know. Like spirituality isn't all about being happy, being like high vibrational all the time. Everyone has their lower days. Like sometimes I feel sad without even knowing why I feel sad, and that's okay. Like we all have it. And then you just need to take your time, do shadow work, because a lot of the time it has to do with shadow work, and you might not want to do it because you can get trapped in it as well, that you keep doing shadow work and keep feeling sad and sad. Like I had that for like 3 months straight, that I just felt sad and exhausted the whole time. And it's just because I mean, it's good to think about it if you process it, but it shouldn't take like a whole lifetime to process, you know. It's okay if it takes a long time though. You sometimes just realize, oh, it's because of past trauma or like childhood trauma, and it can make such a difference, because you start to realize like, oh, it's just something that happened to me that I got scared of. For example, like I had so much stress about being friends with people, because I always was scared that they were going to leave me because of my dad and my sister leaving my life. And it was so traumatic as a small child, because those were the people I loved the most, and I put all my heart and effort in it, and them just leaving just was so heartbreaking, you know. So yeah, so if you do shadow work, you start to realize why you have these feelings and why you feel sad, and that is okay. That's the point. Like it's okay to feel sad from time to time. Your time in solitude is so important to self-reflect and to work on yourself, because if you're with friends, like I love to be around my friends, but you don't think about yourself that much, like you think for the group. Yeah, it's important to work on yourself, just for yourself, but also you'll have higher vibration around other people, and they catch up with that vibration. And the same way around too, like if people are in a low vibrational state, you soak that up, like you get that energy as well. So you could feel like more down and like drained because of unpositive people in your life. But if it's a friend that's like in need of help, of course you're gonna help them. But just know that that little moment of solitude to recharge is so important, to learn to love yourself. To be honest, like you're not gonna learn to love yourself if you're constantly around people, because you start to be too attached to the feeling of being around people, you know? So being in solitude is so important. I've learned so much like from it, about myself, about what I want in life, about just all these little things basically. And yeah, just do that. Also follow your intuition, because the more you're going to follow your intuition, the stronger it gets. Yeah, it's just such a good feeling to know that if you're going to follow your intuition, good things are going to happen. And it's not all the time like that your intuition is right, but if it's like 95% of the time right, like you're gonna feel a lot better. And also know that your intuition shouldn't make you feel anxious, you know? It's like, it shouldn't feel like anxiety is coming up. Like intuition is something that makes you feel good. It makes you feel like maybe a bit uncomfortable because of like going over boundaries for yourself, like going out of your comfort zone, but it shouldn't make you feel anxious. So keep that in mind as well, because I didn't know that at the beginning. Yeah, you know, like, because sometimes you feel anxious, but it's anxiety that is coming up, and then you start to confuse it with like making choices out of your intuition, but it's not, you know? So just keep it in mind, because I know we sometimes tend to forget that. And then the last thing is that I feel pressure to go vegan. I'm not gonna lie about this. So yeah, I was kind of feeling pressure to go vegan because of all these like gurus and spiritual teachers, which you don't need to have one, by the way. You don't need a spiritual teacher. Your spiritual teacher could be nature, you know, like feeling one with nature and feeling how the flow of everything goes can be a teacher to you, you know? Reading books, just do your research, but just know you don't need a teacher. But besides that, like, you see most of these people are vegan, or you know, because they want to make a change in the world. They want to like make our planet better, they want to make the environment better, they want to do things for nature to give something back, because they're so grateful for everything they have, so it's showing their gratitude towards it. But yeah, you don't have to be vegan to be spiritual, you know? Like, if you already like cut down your meat in a week or something like that, or just do something that's good for the environment, start shopping more ethically and sustainable, you are making a difference and you're giving something back to our planet, to nature. And that's already a good thing, you know? Like, don't feel pressured at all in spirituality, because it's something that should make you feel lighthearted, makes you feel relieved, and yeah, it shouldn't make you feel pressured to do anything. Is what I'm trying to say. I'm so bad at explaining, and here I am making all these videos where I have to explain stuff. But I hope that you liked this video and that you've maybe learned something from it, and that it maybe just motivated you to start your spiritual journey, because it's the most beautiful thing that has happened to me. Like, I'm not gonna lie, I've never felt this free, this stress-free as well, this light, and I just feel like I can encounter everything. Because remember that if bad things are happening in your life right now, and you feel like this is unfair that this is happening to me, just know that these things are on your path for a reason. They're making you a stronger person, you'll learn so much from it, and you'll know how to cope with the next thing, or just know that it's there to strengthen you. So yeah, that was all for today. I know I actually had like a fashion video planned, but I really wanted to discuss this because it's important to me, and yeah, I just like to be honest with you guys about these things, because it's important to know that it's not only about the physical, like clothing or something like that, but the internal is so important. So yeah, I'll see you guys in my next video, and I'll give you all my love. I'll leave some good affirmations for you guys down below. Maybe just write some affirmations yourself in the comments for each other, because that's so cute, and just reading those kind of things make me so happy. So yeah, bye everyone.